Audible offers an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre.
As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. The time is now, more than ever, to embrace the breathtaking, sinister, and shocking tales that have enthralled you, especially with brand new exclusive thrillers from best-selling authors who are guaranteed to keep you gripped.
Right now, one thing that I'm very interested in taking a listen to is The Daughters of Block Island, which is currently #1 on the mystery, thriller, and suspense list. So that is definitely going into my queue. New members can try Audible free for 30 days.
Visit audible.com/crappens or text crappens to 500-500. That's audible.com/crappens or text crappens to 500-500.
Shout out to Claritin for supporting this episode and providing us with samples.
My family is an allergy family, and one thing I can always count on is that somebody has the Claritin.
Luckily, for those of us who live with symptoms of allergies, we can live Claritin Clear with Claritin D.
Designed for serious allergy sufferers, Claritin D has 2 powerful ingredients in just 1 pill that relieve your allergy symptoms and decongest your nose so you can breathe better.
This double action combination of prescription strength allergy medicine and the best decongestant available relieves sneezing, a runny nose, itching, and watery eyes, an itchy nose and throat, and sinus congestion and pressure with ease.
I've got 2 nieces with extreme allergies, and the only thing that helps them is Claritin. We've always got it.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend, let me tell you something. When the allergies start up in Los Angeles, it's like, this is like, reach for that Claritin. Ready to live life as if you don't have allergies? It's time to live Claritin Clear.
Fast and powerful relief is just a quick trip away. Find Claritin D at the pharmacy counter.
Ask for Claritin at your local pharmacy counter. You don't even need a prescription.
Go to Claritin.com right now for a discount so you can live Claritin Clear. Use as directed. This episode is supported by FX's Clipped, the scandalous story of the 2014 Clippers owner's racist remarks captured on tape and heard around the world.
The series charts the tape's impact on a dysfunctional basketball organization striving to win against their reputation as the most cursed team in the league.
Starring Lawrence Fishburne, Jackie Weaver, Cleopatra Coleman, and Ed O'Neill. FX's Clipped, streaming June 4th, only on Hulu.
When there's so much that happens, watch what happens. Who cares what happens when there's so much that happens?
Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast for all that crap we just love to talk about on Ye Olde Bravs. Hi, I'm Rondell. Hi, that's Ben over there. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How are you?
Great. How's life? How's tricks?
Tricks, everything is great here. Just a lovely rainy day here in London, which I'm really enjoying because I enjoy the rain anyway. So just hanging out. Just got my little coffee and, ready to do. We're going to do some Vanderpump Rules and then I'm going to do some touring afterwards.
Yeah, this is definitely the London you hear about, the rainy, gray London. Because when we got here, it was super sunny. And now it's 2 days of grayness. Yesterday, I was out. I went to the theater because I'm a cultured man. And it was raining, so I had my umbrella out and It's funny, the wrestling you do in public, like the polite wrestle you do, because there are so many manners here. By the way, Americans, you're still slobs. I know that we do this every day, but we're the sloppiest people in the world. Seriously,
Terrible.
You should be ashamed of it. We don't know how to work an umbrella. We're hitting people in the face. We're walking right out into the streets and then stopping in the middle of the street with your whole fucking family, who's like a herd of cows. And I don't mean size-wise. I just mean in my way-wise, because I used to live by cows, and I used to have to actually stop behind the cows because they wouldn't move. Okay. And that's what you people are like. That's all of you, America.
It's mortifying.
I'm just kidding.
It's mortifying to seeing our fellow countrymen in other countries. It's just, it's terrible.
But just now that I've gotten that off my chest, we all know that I am the ultimate American, right? I'm a slob. I want pizza. I want air conditioning. I want peanut M&M. Everywhere I go, I ask for peanut M&Ms. I am disgusting. I'm a disgusting slob as well. And Dom, Ben's lover, also has to stop me and physically move me, stop me from walking to the street, move me out of walkways. So, I am what I complain about. Big shock. That's why I'm the president of the Hippocrat Party. But anyway, seeing all these umbrellas walking down a sidewalk and just the tilting and the slight lifting you do to avoid each other. It's so fun. It's like its own choreography. I was getting so good at it until I ran into a family from, just going to come up with a random state, Oklahoma. Okay.
Sorry, Vermont. We thought you'd have your moment, but no.
And then it was like lifting,
Oklahoma.
and then they're like lowering, and then lifting, and then it's umbrellas in the face, and fuck you guys, get it together, family.
I had a moment yesterday, just in testament of how polite people are out here. There was a lady on a bike. She was biking down a street, and she was biking right next to a cab, and another lady opened the door of her cab to get out, and nearly hit the biker. So the lady on the bike goes, ah! And she goes, you opened the door. You have to look both ways. When you opened the door, you could have hit me and I could have gotten seriously hurt. Say sorry. And the other woman didn't say anything. She goes, you should say sorry. You almost hurt me. And the other woman just didn't say anything, just closed the door. She goes, well, you shouldn't do that in the future. You've got to look both ways. You could have hurt me. And then rode off. And Dom and I were laughing because if this were like in New York City, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing, you fucking bitch? Opening a fucking door, you stupid fucking miserable whore. And I hear it's like, you please say sorry.
You should apologize for that. Say sorry. And then a small American lady came out and put her hand on the lady's chest and said, "Woman in distress." Woman in distress. So we've had
mother in distress.
We've had a mother in distress. A couple of questions on that. That was a story we told in the Below Deck recaps. Mother in distress, or the New Jersey recap. Mother in distress. Why she had an East Coast accent? She did. She really did. We weren't making that up for the Jersey recap. It was just an East Coast lady that's also in London. There's a ton of Americans here, like a ton of us.
Ton. And someone said that the story reminded them of when I talked about the nurse at the hospital who said, tolerances are low. And I'm like, yes, it should. It was like the same. It was like literally like the same person. Like,
that's funny.
Mother in distress.
Mother in distress.
Tolerances are low.
Mother in distress. Okay, so we're here because we're doing this podcast festival, which is so cool. We're going to be here Friday night doing Amsterdam. By the way, just watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills episode Amsterdam that we're covering. What a dark episode. Why do we keep doing this? We pick the darkest fucking episode. Can't wait to see you in London to talk about drug addiction and fight about drug abuse for an hour. That's going to be fun. But it will be fun because,
that's going to be hilarious.
Listen, we love some dark subjects over here. And then in Dublin, we're going to be doing Real Housewives of Orange County, the Ireland season called Shamrocks and something. And then the next night,
Shamrocks and Shockwaves. I remembered it.
Shamrocks and Shockwaves. And then we're going to be in Birmingham, and we're going to be doing another Real Housewives of Orange County in Iceland. And that one's called A Case of the Vickies. Because, of course. Okay, so that's going to be super fun. We're excited to be there. It's excited to see you guys and meet a lot of you guys for the first time. And guess what? Today we're doing Vanderpump Rules Reunion Part 2. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Funny episode. Really funny. So we have everyone, and we start off with a whole bunch of like, come me up! When do they get physical? So after all sorry, I got lost in all my previous scenes. Right out the gate, I guess. Okay, so here we go. So Andy's like, as you may remember from last week, Lala was in a fight, in a verbal snickersnee with Katie Maloney because she was accusing Katie of basically being fake on camera, of talking shit about Ariana on the phone, but then on camera she's like all buddy, and Lala's like that's fake. Why don't you bring it up on camera? You don't bring it up on camera. I think this is two-faced. That was kind of the gist of it, correct?
Well, yeah. You talk shit with your friend, and then your friend goes on national TV and is like, remember when you were talking shit about this person? And you're like, I do. And that was because I was talking shit to you in private and not on camera. And she's like, yeah, that's what we do. Because I have a baby now. And I have a baby. That makes I have a baby. You have to see what it... It's like, shut up with your fucking, I have a child now. That's every argument Lala has in this listen, I'm even doing her has. That's every argument Lala has in this episode. Also, some questions on what the fuck the Lala voice is this week. Where have you been? It's always been terrible. We've always had a terrible Lala impersonation. We just make each other laugh with it because she does have an S like this. And then her ing words have a K at the end. So when she says, like, I was crying, she does that, a hard bachelor K at the end of her ing words. And we just now put it at the end of everything. I think because one day I was doing Lala being so angry at something that I put the K on every word. And we just laughed so hard that now we literally do it on every word. But it really should only be on the ings.
I would like to clarify that, well, for a long time, I mean, we've had we sort of had a Lala impersonation for a long time that was sort of really undefined. But you started, like, last season, you really homed in on the fact that she does the INGK thing and a little bit of that sound that she does. And then I started doing an impersonation of you doing an impersonation. So I'm doing a Ronnie impersonation. But the thing is that I kept on, like, messing up the timing of the K's and the S's, and I just kind of, like, put them on everything now. And then so that's what my Lala impersonation is. It's just like I add S's and K's to everything because why not? And I think it really helped. I think last year I said squirt a lot and with her because it helped me get into her voice. So I'm just squirt everywhere. Squirt. So like for people, there was someone on Instagram who's like, is it like, it doesn't sound anything like her? We're like, no, but for me, it doesn't sound anything like Lala, but it sounds a little bit more like Ronnie doing Lala. So.
That's funny.
So that's my measure of success. And now it's just, for me, it's just, I just do it to everything.
Oh, I didn't know why. That's so funny. But yeah, our Lala has always been iffy at best. But God, we have fun, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Basically, yeah, I should be able to talk shit. If Ben ever did that to me, I would be mortified. If you're like, yeah, Ronnie, we're right here on the podcast. Don't you remember what you said about whoever? I'd be like, fuck off. Like, it's called privacy. But Lala's like, but we're on a TV show, so we have to say everything. No, you don't. No, you absolutely don't. That's stupid. So she's like, you want, Andy's like, so you want her to be the same person on camera as you felt she was off camera? And Katie's like, but I am, like, literally exactly the same person. So, like, I don't, like, what? Which I have to agree. I mean, Katie's always been the same fucking Katie. And you've got to, I credit Katie with that. You know, Katie doesn't give 3 flying fucks. And Katie wants to sit around and talk shit. Why shouldn't she? We all do. We are all Katie that way. And I reserve the right to be Katie when I feel like it.
I mean, I would definitely get frustrated if I were filming a show and, like, someone, if you were like bitching to me about someone the entire time, and then like every time though you were filming, you were acting like, oh, they're the best ever, and then you're bitching. I mean, given that that's just like, also that is part of just like polite society, you know, I get it, but I could see why I'd get frustrated. But it sounds like a lot of these issues, like a lot of Katie's bitching was happening like after the show wrapped. So it's like she wasn't on camera to hash these things out, because I will say this, sort of to your point, Katie's never been afraid to really dive into a bad edit, right? She's never been afraid to go after someone who is popular. She's not a Kyle Richards who's always going to try to latch on to who she thinks is most popular and railroad at someone who thinks is a threat. Katie will go after who she wants to go after when she wants to.
I mean, I would say iffy. I would say that she's always kind of teamed up or glommed on to whoever she considers to be the alpha, I guess, right? Like she had Stassi, where she was like Stassi's kind of follower,
but not for America's sake.
What's that?
But I don't think for America's sake. I think it was more for just like...
That's what I mean. Like like the pecking order in her real life, like in her actual social circle. Yeah. But I think she cares more about that than the audience. I think the audience, she's just used to being up and down with the audience, mostly down, let's be honest. Yeah. Even they mention it in this episode. But Ariana, the subtext here with the Lala thing is obviously, clearly, we all know, is that Lala Ariana is the queen of the show this year. The show started with her being like the most famous reality star in America, right? She was at the White House. She's on all these commercials. She's on Broadway. She's on Dancing with the Stars. She's everywhere. And so the subtext is you are kissing ass when the rest of us are coming for her because it's our job. You're sitting there kissing her ass so you don't get in trouble. And I'm getting in trouble with America. And you should fucking be getting in trouble with America too, you wuss. But you're getting in trouble with America because you're coming at her with stupid shit that's none of your business. So I don't think that everybody should have to do that because you have a child to support. That's ridiculous. You need to be entertaining to support your child, but you don't need to be a fucking dick all the time, you know? I mean, I do. I personally do in my work.
I think,
but you don't.
I think, I feel like what Lala was trying to really say, what she really wanted to say was something that Alex McCord said best many years ago. You are a mean girl. And while in high school, and while you are a mean girl, I am in Brooklyn. Like I'm just trying to live out here, okay? I'm just trying to live out here, and you're being fake and a mean girl.
And I like this little power play where she's like, and you know what? All I want to do is play the same games that we've been playing for 8 years. And Katie's like, in 11 years, I've been the same fucking person, like reminding her, high B string. Okay. 8 years is not as much of a gold watch as 11 years. So back down. And Lala's like, Katie's like, I'm the same person. And she's like, that's untruth. You have lost your mind because you lost your mind with me, Katie. You said you're not going to say these things on camera because you invested a lot of money in the sandwich shop. And if you're going to fuck with me, Lala, I'm going to fuck with you. And she's like, yeah. Like Katie doesn't even deny it. She's like, yeah, I did threaten your livelihood. But yeah, why shouldn't she? If you're going to come after her and threaten hers, she has the right to threaten yours. I mean, all's fair in love and war, Lala.
Yeah. And so this is where Lala says again, you know what? And honest to God, I wanted to say to you, something about her is really nothing about her right now. You don't got a business, okay? Mine is my livelihoods that I support my child's on. So how dare you threaten to fuck with it?
You don't got I'm still a business. You don't got one. I love her finger gun waving. Like you don't got her hot dog finger or hot dog
You don't got
finger
a business.
You don't got a business.
I got a business.
I'm out here in these
What's your business got to do with me?
Okay, I'm out here in these streets. The other day we were in H&M because we're Americans. And I passed a 2-pack shirt. And I was like, look, it's Lala. And Dom just looked at me like, you fucking idiot.
Dom is like, I don't know these people.
It's Lala's inner soul.
We basically, when we're around Dom, we basically become two little ducklings, and Dom is just like shepherding us. That's what he does. He just keeps us out of traffic, like not even a joke. We're just goofing off in H&M. So
okay, so this whole like it's my livelihood that I support my child. Shut the fuck up with this is my livelihood. That you're not more important than everybody else on the stage because you have a fucking child. Okay, I'm so sick of hearing it. I'm sick of all of you saying that all the time. Everyone has the same level of importance. Okay, your life is more of a pain in the ass. Okay, but personal choices. You made that choice and stop bitching about it all the time. I shouldn't have to do everything differently because you had a baby. Okay. Support
Hashtag
it. Love your
mother
baby.
in distress. Mother in distress.
Mother in distress. Like, I mean, congratulations. I'm not even dissing it. Like, babies are gross because, we joke about that
they
sometimes.
Are, though.
But
they
obviously, everyone knows I
gross.
love a baby. I love a child. I'm so glad that people keep making them for me to play with on airplanes, and try to make laugh and, raise
Disgusting.
as if they're my own, even though I never have to actually do anything or pay for anything like my nieces.
You should have a childless society.
I love kids, but stop using them as a shield. No one should approve of using children as shields. There, I'm saying that to you, entire world. Stop using children as shields.
You guys, I just want to say, I'm drinking Vietnamese coffee right now, so buckle up, okay? Mother in distress, podcaster, and caffeine at the moment. I am so excited. Okay, so I agree. Baby's the worst. I'm sorry. I'm honestly, I have fully distracted myself because I keep on thinking now of that Alex McCord quote, which I feel like that quote is so funny It's always been funny. Everyone knows famous for all these years, but if you really think about it, while you were in high school, I am in Brooklyn. Is that one of the funniest things that anyone has ever said? I am in Brooklyn. While you are in high school, I am in Brooklyn. And it's like so profound on so many different levels. It's like funny, but also like when she says I'm in Brooklyn, like I am trying my best out here. I am on these streets. Or she's saying I am getting tinctures and, aromatherapy. I don't know.
Because she was considering like Brooklyn being like the more real. Because
the real is real, right?
It was trendy,
but like it works on so many levels.
Yeah, it wasn't trendy in $1 zillion back then to live in Brooklyn. They considered her a poor person for living in Brooklyn. So she's like, you're a mean girl in high school, and here I am living in the real world.
Right, of Brooklyn, which is funny too. Okay, so back to
now
this.
Schwartz, of course, is Lala still just going, I want you to be honest. I want you to be honest. And so Schwartz is like, yeah, Katie, I mean, your feelings would have been valid if you were resentful towards Ariana. She's like, but I wasn't resentful, which is also kind of a lie. You were resentful. You were resenting the fact that she was doing all this other stuff and not communicating, which you kind of had a right to be, honestly, in my opinion. So Schwartz is like, but like you can still be proud and happy for her, and it's just totally understandable. As a business partner, Katie, we're annoyed because Katie's like, no, but I wasn't. And he's like, yeah, but like it's okay if you were like fear, but I wasn't mad. But it's okay if you wanted to like murder Ariana and you thought she was the worst human in the world, right, America? But I wasn't saying that. Yeah, you remember when you called Ariana a stupid slut? That's totally fine. I'm sure America's totally fine with that. Right, America? It's like, stop trying to throw Katie under the bus with your goddamn baby voice. And I can't believe I'm having such a Katie moment anyway. What are you forcing me into on? This show's killing me this year.
Yeah.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial. Okay, everyone knows that Ronnie and I are big fans of coffee. And I particularly am very, very attached to my iced coffee.
So we're very excited to tell you about an incredible new product, Quest Iced Coffee.
You may know the Quest brand for redefining nutritional snacking, bringing you some of your favorite foods with added health benefits.
Iced coffee is Quest's newest product with mocha latte and vanilla latte flavors.
And Quest Iced Coffee has 10 grams of protein and only 1 gram of sugar. I'm literally drinking one right now as we record this ad, and I've been drinking them all weekend long. They are delicious. They give me the boost that I'm looking for in flavors that make me so deeply happy.
And it's a total game changer in the morning routine because I don't have to sit around making it. It's just right there and it's protein right into my veins.
Find Quest Iced Coffees on Amazon.com/Quest Nutrition. The weather's getting warmer. Time to ditch jackets and sweaters for shorts and tees.
I used to waste my money on clothes that would only last for one season until I found Quince. Now I've got high quality pieces that never go out of style that I'll be wearing year after year.
Quince has all the seasonal must-haves like 100% European linen shirts, performance polos, and versatile flow-knit activewear.
The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes the savings onto us. I have this great goldenrod overshirt that I got from Quince, and I just wore it last week to a Bruce Springsteen concert, and I looked quite chic.
Upgrade your wardrobe. Go to quince.com/crappens for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
That's QUINCE.com/crappens to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/crappens.
So, and then he's like, so Katie's like, but I wasn't resentful. So anyway, so Katie's like, Schwartz is like, yeah, but I was very annoyed with you. And I was like, I felt like I loved you. And she was like, did you feel like abandoned by Ariana at like any point? And she's like, yeah, I did. But like, I don't want to go to her because like, I don't want to make her feel guilty. That's for you, Sheena. I just want to make you feel that way, Sheena. Hey, Sheena, by the way, thanks for inviting me to coffee the other day. But it was just coffee. I didn't think it was like, yeah, you're a real good friend. Do you feel guilty now? Yeah. All right, then I'm good. Good to go today.
My job is done here.
My job is done.
So Andy asked, but wait. So does she have a point that you were venting off camera, Katie? And Katie's like, yeah. Because that's called manners. Okay, venting off camera. It's like doing someone a favor. And so he's like, but you weren't sharing those feelings on camera. And she goes, well, yeah, sure. But like, I was just like, I mean, I'm just like, I'm kind of past it now. Like,
Oh, well, you're probably terrified of coming out publicly as not Team Ariana. And Lala's like, that's what I mean. And Ariana's like, Katie's also not someone who acts differently because of public anything. Okay, she's always herself. She has been for 11 seasons.
no. What I was just saying is just if she thinks you're stupid,
and she's been hated by it.
Oh.
And she's been hated by it. So why would she change now? The insinuation that Katie is not authentic, 100% authentic all the time is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. She's like, why would she change that now? So Katie's like, yeah, that's like bullshit. So Lala's like, I didn't feel that she was 100% authentic this season. There, I said it. She wasn't 100% authentic this season. But you're right with the timing of what Lala's talking about is after, because the Dancing with the Stars and the Broadway thing was after they shot, right? Wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dancing with all that stuff. Ariana started Dancing with the Stars. Like, she started rehearsal for that in September or something like that. I think it was like early September, late August.
Right. So that was after.
And I think this is wrapped by then. Yeah.
Okay. So now Ariana not telling people what she's in and what's doing, I mean, the timing is weird. I'm not really sure what Lala's talking about. Like, she's saying you're venting about Ariana. So if that was venting during the season, like, fuck this girl, and Katie still wasn't saying anything, okay. But if it was after the season, I need more specificity.
Yes. And yeah, so basically, and Ariana is not going to throw Katie under the bus. Even if Ariana, I think, is pissed at Katie, she's just like, you know what? It's fine. Like, I say things off cameras as well, off cameras as well. And so Schwartz is like, yeah, but like their rift, was it because, by the way, so Sheena, their rift, was it because they were friends with you? So
Ariana was, he's saying like their rift was because Ariana was being friendly with you, and then Katie got mad, right? And she goes, yeah, that's how it started. And he's like, yeah, because she was friends with you. And she goes, yeah, that's where it started. And he goes, yeah, and Katie wanted her to inherit the grudge, huh? Right? Isn't that right? Right? He's such a little fucking, he's just such a Bravo man, you know? It's like the whole time talking that baby voice, just trying to throw Katie under the bus with every other line.
Just because you put "just for men" in your hair does not make you a man. You're a baby. So Andy is like, hey, Ariana, would it have bothered you if she did share that on camera? She's like, no, because I think Katie is valid in these feelings, because I understand it's difficult. You're not going to get me, Andy Cohen. And so Brock has this moment.
Really, I mean, I don't know if Olivia Pope dropped in on Ariana's house and just locked her in there for a week and gave her media training. I mean, Ariana's always been pretty good at dealing with that stuff, but she's like running for president in this reunion. I mean, she doesn't let anything get to her. I mean, everything she says, she's very like, wow, nope, she's totally valid. And then the fight she has with Lala coming up was just like, I'm just going to stay calm and talk to you like this.
Yes.
You absolute moron. Okay.
Now that I'm in a new class of fame, I know I don't have to lower myself to fighting with you. So I'm just going to calmly ask you to respect my choice, because if you don't respect it, well, you can just be in the dust of my SUV limo that takes me to the airport to go back to Broadway.
As so then knows what a pork chop from the White House tastes like. I feel for you right now.
Hi, I know what that tastes like too. Woo.
You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
You're ruining it, Brittany. So Brock then turns to Schwartz. This was funny, and I couldn't tell if he was being sarcastic or he was just like dropping some like surprise read on Schwartz. So Brock turns to Schwartz and goes, but also, Schwartz, don't forget, you're also the catalyst because you tore away all the confidence that woman ever had in herself. And he's like, what? After the continued betrayal of your actual marriage. Remember? It's like, where'd that come from?
Yeah, you were a really shitty husband, Schwartz. It's like, I was not. What?
Brock is just laughing in Schwartz's face. He just... Just like, no,
That's so
Katie's acting
funny.
this way because you destroyed her entire self-esteem.
Yeah, because Katie's whole argument in this is like, yeah, I was talking shit, but it's only because like I was insecure in myself. And it's like, yeah, and that's Schwartz's fault ultimately. So Andy asks where things stand with Katie and Lala, and Lala's like, well, who knows? I mean, I love Katie. I write for her all the time, and we bond over the fact that we deliver. I call them facts. Yeah, when you have to say I call them facts. I don't know that you're the best at delivering facts, Lala, but she's like, I deliver facts in unpretty packages. So, and this season, what she was saying, nothing was understandable. But you know what? Like, I tried to have these conversations because I find them extremely interesting and productive. And I love filming this show because we have all the uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, I think that Lala really, like, she has so many productive conversations just year after year. When I think of Lala Kent, I think that is one productive communicator. I'm really glad for her. Can we
She
roll
really
the footage
loves a
of her
productive
saying, like, I guess if you
conversation.
guys haven't been working on your summer bodies, right? So productive.
Well, it's so hard not to bring up things from 10 years ago on this show, even though when I watch the clips that they show, I'm like, you guys can't use this as an example. I mean, these people look 12 years old in these clips. You know what I mean? And they're like, well, aren't you a hypocrite? Because of this time when, you know, Ariana made out with Tom in a pool. And it's they show them and they're like, what did you have for lunch today? They're like in a schoolyard. There's a slide behind them. I'm like, why are we showing this as an argument now, you know, for today's things? But it is hard not to, because Lala's like, I hate lying. And her whole storyline for years has been lying. So I don't know.
Yeah. So, so then Lala's like, you know what? I feel like I was talking to my best friends, and she's like looking at me like I'm crazy that I'm even saying these things. And Katie's like, I'm not gonna sit here for like a moment more and be told that I'm being a fake phony because like I didn't want to bring some shit up that I honestly had moved past. Like, fuck that shit. Which is like the most Katie like summation of anything. Like in
So
conclusion, fuck that shit.
fuck that shit. So Lala's like, but yeah, had you said to me, like, listen, Lala, these are things that I really don't want to talk about because I'm kind of over them and I don't want to put pressure on Ariana. She did. She did tell you that. She goes, but instead you threatened to burn my livelihood to the ground. I assume that before she said, if you fuck with me, I will burn your livelihood to the ground, that you were already saying, I'm going to say all of this stuff on camera. And she had said, please don't do that. And you said, but yes, I am. I mean, the threat didn't just come out of nowhere, right?
What was Katie gonna do? Was Katie gonna? How does one burn down Lala's podcast? Like, was she going to call up Podcast One or whatever platform that she's on and say, like, by the way, you have to cancel this show? I don't
Well, I
understand
think she was just
what
saying, if you
strings
want to
Katie was
come
gonna.
for me, if you want to come for me and everything I've said, not on the show, then I will come for you and everything that you said off the show. But Lala has turned that around to, but you threatening to do that to me is threatening my baby. Why don't you just punch a baby, Katie's? Why don't you just punch a baby, Katie's? Why?
Katie's gonna call every single Color Me Mine in Los Angeles and have Lala blacklisted. She's like, that'll show her. So Lala's like, it was the shift of here she is again, treating me like I'm the enemy. And so Andy's like, oh, all right, well, I mean, you are coming from her, so that's fine. But anyway, hey, where do you two go from here? And Lala goes, where we always go. Mixology 101? No, we're always on the ups. And he's like, okay, well, did you look at Katie's face? She looks pretty pissed. She's, okay, and now she's grinding her teeth, and she's making little fists with her hands, and I can't tell if that's directed towards you or Schwartz, and now she's actually pulling out two little voodoo dolls, and she's having the Schwartz doll put a pin in the Lala doll, and the Lala doll and the Schwartz doll. There's a lot going on with Katie right now. I think she's not so happy with you.
Oh, it just cuts to Katie, and she's just like, and Lala's like, yeah, well, Katie having a pissed off face is standards. And Katie's like,
That's
right,
standards.
bitch. Smiles. And so she's like, listen, it's just like a bullshit. Like, I'm like not going to be told like what the fuck I think or like what the fuck I feel. Like, if I had something to say, I'd fucking say it, unless it's to Ariana, because I don't want America to be mad at me. Like,
yeah,
my
exactly.
prerogative.
All right. All right, I'm bored with Katie right now. I want to change topics. Okay, let's be honest. This group has always been known for its tangled web of hookups, but when Schwartz copped to a secret kiss with Sheena, how did this, of all the secrets that I have, I mean, every secret, how did this never come out? And then we see like a 10-minute montage of all the secrets being outed on the show since the very first season.
But he's like, how did this secret not come out? The reason this came out was because Schwartz, who just said right up there on the stage, yeah, Sheena, don't you think that ultimately Katie was turning against Ariana? Don't you think that was because, you were friendly with Ariana and Katie just wanted to keep the grudge going with you? Okay, well, the reason that you brought it up again was because Katie squashed the grudge with Sheena and you couldn't stand that. So you reignited the grudge by bringing up a decades-old makeout session. You're such a piece of shit, Schwartz. You are such a piece of shit.
Yeah. So now we come back from this secret montage, which of course ends with the greatest punctuation of all. I don't give a fuck about fucking Raquel. So now Joe and Ally Bally are on stage. So Andy is like, he's like, so how did this one stay? And Schwartz is like, I forgot it happened. Oh my god! And Sheena's like, I've certainly been, yeah. And Sandoval's like, dude, like, was it a cheerleading competition? What happened? Yeah, it was my little sister's high school cheerleading competition. Okay, here's the story. Okay, everyone settle in. I went with Ariana and my mom, and her and Tom just started drinking, and he wanted to come see her, and Schwartz came with him, and Ariana were like drunk, making the casino, and
we were like
Sick of
girls,
the
and we were
bullshit story.
making out the casino. It was really, really hot. Everybody was like so turned on. Then I guess Schwartz saw that, and then he was like, I want a part of that. So then he tried to do it, and I was like, no, you don't. You better back up, mister. Huh? My sister actually almost won that cheerleading competition, which is amazing because we had just had enchiladas because Aunt Dee packed them in our lunch boxes, and she had the fussies. But she still won anyway. I think she won. I'm not really sure. I was making out with someone in the back. Can't really remember who. It was either Ariana or Tom. Even though I didn't make out with Tom, he tried it though. Everybody's tried it. Literally everybody. The whole cheerleading conference tried to make out with me, Andy. I'm just like a really hot person. So, what were we talking about?
It's just like really hard that like when you say like you're at a cheerleading competition and you start talking about Bring It On, that like Schwartz will literally bring it on to, and it's like it was like too much for me. So then Andy Sheena was saying how like Andy's like, why, so what's going on, like why didn't you tell Katie, right? And she's like, well, she hated me. Well, roll the montage, and we have a montage of Katie just being vile to Sheena over the years. I like you're like, it is funny when you say like it's that they bring up these clips from so many years ago to like prove points, but the truth is that they're all valid points.
They're all
and they're very
points.
salient.
It is, and they do have history as a group. So, I mean, it is valid to bring it up. It's just like, man, I don't need people rolling clips of me from 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, I would be, ruined in 2 seconds. So it would suck. That's for sure, to have this shit constantly brought up. And I think it's also funny that every time they cut to them, we just see all their different hair, especially Katie. Because I think Katie's biggest hate relationship with America over the years, because I feel like people have been on her side, they've not been on her side at sometimes. I think she's had a pretty even keeled up and down with the audience, as at least compared to other people on the show. But I think where she's really had her most hated relationship with America is with her hair, because America has never been nice to Katie about her hair. This is the first year I think that anybody's been like, oh my god, Katie's hair looks so cute. I mean, who knew it took a baseball jersey and like, short hair or whatever I don't know what you call that hair, what it's called. I don't subscribe to hairstyles anymore since I no longer have it. So I refuse to engage in that. But whatever it's called now, people are finally nice to her, and I'm like happy for her. It's nice to get on year 11.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, but what were we talking about? Katie hair. Oh, yeah.
Making out with people. Like, everybody wants to make out with me, literally. Like, you know what? You know who Fantastic Sam is? He used to just be Sam until he made out with me. And then they were like, oh my God, you made out with Sheena? Fantastic. This is Fantastic Sam. He raised his price to $6. I did that.
Yeah, and they're like, well, why didn't why didn't you ever tell him about Fantastic Sam? She's like, have you ever met Fantastic Sam? And they like cut the footage of like Sam Kinison from 1986. I'm like,
It's me, Fantastic Sam.
So she's like, yeah, of course I didn't tell Katie because I'm like, oh, by the way, I know you hate me and like I know you think I'm like this person, but like your man was drunk in Vegas trying to kiss me. Ah. So he's like, oh, did you kiss each other? Or was there a giant pendulum from Nickelodeon that swung from one lip to another? And she's like, no, he kissed me. I was like, wow, 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 what are you doing? And then it was like, well, we're never going to speak about this. Like, that was a drunken, bad decision. It was like, hey, PPLES, we're going to bury this.
Like, no, we laughed. But I do remember that afterwards. I remember being like, what the fuck was that? When you kissed me? Like in that moment? Yeah, when I told you to go to your room. By the way, can I just apologize for being just so sloppy for so long? You know, that was crazy.
It was like,
now look at me.
God.
I'm just such a hero. I'm just such a little boy. I can't even believe they let me put alcohol in my bottle. I'm such a little boy. I hope everybody can understand the following sentence. I was a baby.
I think we get more sincerity from United Airlines when they send out an email to like 10,000 people after one of their flight attendants punches a passenger, right? Like that was what this was like on par with. Oh, by the way, for the past 11 years, if I did anything wrong, I'm sorry. I'm a little boy.
Oh, just like an apology. Speaking of blanket, does anybody have one?
I'm sorry for being so sloppy for so long. I'm so sorry for being so sloppy for so long. I'm like, you realize the reunion's still happening. You're still going to be sloppy for the next several hours of our lives.
Your passive-aggressive ass over there is shooting out your little passive-aggressive bullets through this entire reunion. By the way, I'm sorry I'm so fucking sloppy. So Andy's
I acknowledged it in a very casual way, which means that I'm a big boy now.
So there's some more of this Sheena being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I made it with shorts, but I would never tell anybody." And everybody wants to make out with me. And like literally, everybody has tried it. Okay, like literally everybody. Sandoval, James, when we were drunk at Sir behind the DJ booth, and he's like, "What, when, where? I don't remember that.
What are you talking about? Under this DJ booth? What is that? It's like, yeah, you said you want to go to the back really quickly. And he's like, what? Why would I ever do that? You stupid bastard. I'll never say such a thing. Yeah, 100% you did that. And it was probably like in season 4 or 5 of my life. I don't remember. And he's like, no, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. It's like, well, you did.
Wait a minute. You weren't even in that apartment in Beverly Hills I lived in with that guy. No, not the BJ booth. Listen, we all do what we have to do to get by. You know what I mean? The DJ booth. Oh, right. Don't remember that either.
What about Sandoval? Oh, yeah. There was like one time we were like, it was like New York. It was also like an early season. And Sandoval's like, no, man. And she's like, yeah, it was like an early season. Let me finish, which is also what he said too. And then he's like, no, man, what are you talking about? No, we were there for like Watch What Happens Live with like Jax and Stassi, 2 people who are no longer on the show that I outlived, even though they hated me both in the beginning, but I guess, oh well. Anyway, we both like went back to his room and like we raided the minibar and he was like telling me about how like he and Kristen have been intimate in like so long. And I was like, oh my God, the way he is putting his mouth on that glass is like how he wants to kiss me. I was like, stop hitting on me.
Yeah, and Ariana just looks at Katie like, the old, oh, we haven't been intimate in so long. And Sandoval's like, yeah, and I told you to leave. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, are you coming on to me? Are you coming on to me right now? Because when people tell me to go, they're really telling me to come. Are you telling me to come right now? Tell me again. Do it again. And so Andy's like, so how was the sex? And Lisa says, did you use a condom? And then you see Sandoval like, I've got a funny one. Ooh, you see him like, ugh. When's my turn, bro? Hey, Andy. I woke up with love and shit out a condom 2 weeks later.
That was pretty good. What did he say? Something about Lockheed Martin and a condo? Yeah. You don't want to hear it, what she said. But Katie, all right, moving on to you. Are we all sufficiently creeped out by Sandoval and Sheena having some weird thing in a hotel? God, it's nice to talk about hotel drama without Giselle Bryant. Anyway, so, Katie, you hooked up with Schwartz's friend Max, who we all thought was expunged from this show a few years ago. But guess what? He's back because of you. What do you think?
Congratulations on unbanning one of the most unpopular people who's ever been on this show, Katie. Okay. And then they cut to a shot of Max. It's just Max going like, I'm like, could you get a creepier fucking shot of Max? It's just like he's like a frog sitting on a log, just watching things go by. Like
he's like the great mouse detective. I don't know why these people keep sleeping with him, but whatever. So we see Max.
The man really knows how to work a schedule. Okay, great restaurant manager. Great restaurant managing skills.
So Andy is like, well, the night of Hotel Ziggy. Okay, it seemed like maybe you did it in direct response to learning about Sheena and Schwartz making out. And Katie's like, it could seem that way. I mean, it's pretty obvious. That's why is there a question here? Okay. I mean, whatever. Or I could have just been doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. He's like, well, Schwartz, you seem like a little gleeful because you finally had something. Oh, because it leveled the playing field, the kickball playing field. My favorite sport because I'm a little boy. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not vengeful like that. It was cool. It was great. But I did feel good because I was like, now Katie can shut the fuck up. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. She's a great person. She could do whatever she wants. And I definitely made her life hard. Although she made my life hard because she's a fucking bitch. I mean, no. I'm sorry. She's really nice. She's a really sweet girl. I did her so wrong.
And Lala's like, it didn't level the playing fields. She demolished the playing field like she tried to do to my babies. So, you fucked a French friend of hers, and so she fucked your best friends. And that's how she did it, because that's what Katie does. You do a little thing, then she ruins babies' lives. Go ahead. You want me to bring my baby around here so you could punch it in the face right here on national television, Katie? Okay, so that's...
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
Stewart's single ingredient freeze-dried treats are a great solution because they have only one ingredient, freeze-dried, to lock in nutrition and flavor.
Dogs can't resist them, and you can feel good about treating or training with these treats. Let me tell you something that is absolutely true. Have you ever seen AI where they make a dog look like it's smiling and it's the creepiest thing ever because it looks like a human smile? My dog did that when he had these treats. I mean, my dog is pretty nice to me. I have a sweet, sweet dog, Bueller. I love him. And he's always nice to me. But he's never been as obsessed with me as after when I gave him these treats. He loves them. He literally follows me around for the next hour begging for more. They're really, really, really solid, really good. It's real meat, and they are just little freeze-dried treats you give them. They love them. Visit stewartpet.com to learn more. That's STEWART pet.com.
So now Schwartz is like, you know what? I think I really manifest this actually because after I kissed Raquel, you had a very intense reaction, which is warranted, totally warranted, because I did it in front of your face to, show that you made a fucking mistake. You're such an evil fucking person. I mean, I did it. It was an accident. I didn't mean to kiss her. It was in public by accident. Anyway, I did it, and you're totally warranted. Your feelings were valid, even though they were totally irrational. You held me you burned me at the cross, and you did me, attacked me at the cross. Whatever you do to the cross, you did that to me. I mean, no, it was totally valid. Anyway, I'm a little boy. Anyway, yeah. So I think that's why you did it, because of Raquel. That's why.
Did you do it again? Have you fucked him again? She's like, maybe. She's trying to play coy, but it's too boring. Okay, so then commercial break, and also it's Max. Like, I can't spend more time on thinking about Max fucking anybody, really. So then we come back, and Andy's like, welcome back. Let's encourage Schwartz to bring everyone to Lake Tahoe to preview her new restaurant. Whoa. Unfortunately, things could not be glued back together quite as easily as Tom Sandoval's penis flute. Penis flute. It's hilarious. Still funny.
Hey, Lisa, when is Wolf by Vanderpump opening? I don't really know when it's going to open, but I can just say it'll probably open before something about get it, sick burn, high five. Anyone high five? No? Okay.
Well, I can tell you this, we haven't fucked over any pennies. That's for sure. In for a penny, in for a pound. Am I right? All right, well, listen. We're going to open when we finally practice and get this menu as mediocre as possible, Andy. It's taking a lot of work and warm potato salads, but we'll get there. We're working with a tiny chandelier, which we're putting inside of a slightly larger chandelier, which is going to go inside a slightly larger chandelier, which goes inside a slightly larger chandelier. And then we've got Nick Elaine's wife sort of in there trying to get out. And then a larger chandelier around that. And then a larger chandelier. And then a pendulum that I sit on that swings towards all these chandeliers. Nick Elaine's wife trying to move out of the way. Boom! Blood coming out of the chandelier. I forgot what I was talking about, really, but warm potato salad coming soon. Ding.
The point is, I figured out Russian nesting dolls and I made them better. So at least like, so Andy, are you going to be there? Are you going to fly into the middle of Nevada to go to a mediocre restaurant called Wolf where we serve wolf? And then he's like, it's April the 18th. And he's like, will you fly me out? Yes, private. Oh, I'll carry you if I have to. Can I bring John Mayer? Absolutely. What about Sarah Jessica Parker? Absolutely. Kelly Ripa? No, that bitch isn't allowed in the wolf. Are you ridiculous? That's it.
So
I have
then
nothing else to say. I wanted to express my choices.
my flight choice.
Who I like. Who I like and who I don't like of your friends.
So next is the Schwartz saying, "You're not the queen of the group to Ariana." Dun, dun, dun. And he's like, in that moment, I just didn't like that she was speaking up for the other girls, who were probably, the other girls were going to say, Tom, sit down, bring Tom over. We love Tom. But I really don't like when other people speak for the other girls because, they didn't really give him a chance, and, it wasn't a Sandoval redemption trip. By the way, it's just I just wanted him to be reinstilled into the group, and I want him to be redeemed. Not redemption, but just redeemed. Like if you had a ticket for a free yogurt at TCBY, it's silly not to use it because it's free yogurt. Why wouldn't you want a free yogurt? You should redeem that. Not that I wanted him redeemed, just yogurt.
Then James is like, yeah, I agree. I mean, it was going to happen anyhow. So, might as well do it in Lake Tahoe. I mean, better Lake Tahoe in a sick-ass house looking over a lake. It's beautiful. Than some shitty dungeon like Sir. I mean, I'm sorry, Lisa. Love it. I love Sir. So it's a wonderful place. But I'm saying, why would anyone ever want to go there? Am I right? Am I right? I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a good little boy, too. I'm just like Schwartz. We're both two little good boys, Lisa.
So Andy's like, so Ariana, do you agree that you got more of an ego since you became, the biggest cheated on woman in America or whatever? And she's like, no one's ever said that to me but Schwartz. I'm sorry, but people have been saying that about Ariana, but for years. It's not like that's a new thing. Ariana's above it all. That's literally her thing. That's her personality. That's been her thing on the show. Is just looking at everybody else these fucking idiots. She's always been kind of above it all. I mean, look how she deals with the people today who try to come for her very handily. She's smarter than everybody here. So yeah, she's better than the people here. I'm sorry. What are you gonna do? That's always been her thing. I mean, remember,
yeah.
I take sketch comedy very seriously. Or in her first season when she's like, I'm smarter and I'm prettier than her. So fuck her, or whatever it was. That's her vibe. Okay.
Yeah, and she's like, no one who knows me has ever said that. And it seems like, whatever Schwartz said ignited some internet trolls that don't know me about whatever. And Katie's like, yeah, maybe because you're not in a fetal position sobbing like you just ate one of our sandwiches, And Ariana's like, I mean, I do go into fetal position sobbing. I just do it off camera. When I'm private. So he's like, all right, cool. Well, did you have any sympathy watching Sheena struggle? And then
she
was like, oh.
She didn't watch. You got to love that Sheena is being so bitchy about it. Because isn't Sheena's thing I only watch my scenes?
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, I just want to show to people who are casting Dancing Stars, if you cast me, I will watch every show that I'm on. So Andy's like, oh, you didn't watch this
that lady on the train the other day. She's like, what do you do? And we told her, we make fun of housewife shows. She goes, I could never watch.
She goes, isn't that sad? How sad is that? That's absolutely so sad.
Put it
What a sad thing to do. I don't know how to watch that. What a stupid, sad, disgusting. So then I said, what do you watch? She goes, dramas. She's like, I watch dramas and crime things. I go, well, isn't that sad? I was like, that sounds sad too. She goes,
Yeah, at least we're wallowing around in verbal murders, lady, over there with your pasty Botox-free murder television. Get the fuck out of here.
But
But
what
I
I
did
didn't
diss her because
realize,
I was like, oh my God, I thought you were American because the green of your pants is very American because they were like very bright green pants. So I feel like
yeah.
I felt like that was a very English way of telling that lady to go fuck herself on a hot dog stand.
Well, I mean, when she was saying, like, you guys are such a sad thing to do, I was like, fuck you, lady, which is why I was like, well, I think what you watch is sad. But I didn't realize that she was saying that in retaliation to you saying, like, oh, are you American too? You got those American green pants on. And she's like, hey, disgusting. So she was actually retaliating already. So if I realized that, I wouldn't have come for her.
Yeah, but I left thinking, what an idiot. And she left thinking, God, I've just bought these pants. So I feel like I won.
Here, I thought these green pants were great.
By the
Turns
way,
out
if
they're
this lady went
disgusting.
home and listened to this podcast, because I told her she had to, I loved your pants. They looked great. Nothing personal. Okay, let's just move on from this. Okay. Okay. So next up, we talk about Joe. Dun, 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 dun. But Ariana's still going on about, I love the show. I don't need to watch it. And he's like, but what about the loyalty with Sheena? And she's like, Sheena's feelings are valid, but I'm not the person to come to and talk about how much you miss Tom. You know what I mean? But your feelings are valid. Just maybe work those out with, I don't know, someone who's not on Broadway. You know what I mean? Someone who's not doing 8 shows a week could probably deal with this a little bit better than me.
So basically, they're asking like Ariana about like, these boundaries and stuff like that. And Andy is like, so why do you think Ariana is expecting the same from her friends? Like, why is that unreasonable, Lala? And Lala's like, there's one giant difference, okay? I have a child. I have a child involved in a custody battle, okay? So when you have a child, you're allowed to have boundaries. And if you don't have a child, fair place, okay? I got a child, all right?
Yeah, of course, because that's her answer literally forever. Lala, you're in handicap parking. I have a baby. So what, do you want my baby to die in the sun walking from a far parking space in here? Because it's a baby, and he's a baby murderer. So enjoy watching Bravo, the baby killing networks, okay? So
Can I say something? Can I say something? Okay, it's like way more than just like what's going on with Ariana. I mean, like, read the LA Times, watch the Hulu doc, and then tell me what both say, because I couldn't do either one.
It was really hard. I wasn't in those. So I didn't watch them. So yeah, look, Ariana's stuff was all over Hulu docs as well. Or they were all over like news expose. I don't know. It's a stupid point. But her thing is like, my ex did not call Schwartz over because he likes to hang out with Tom Schwartz. There was a motive there. And I was fighting for the well-being of my baby. And unless you have a child, and unless you've been in my situations, you will never understand what it's like to have a child. I was like, okay.
All right.
So no one's
the
going to
first mother in America has spoken.
Her answer should be because Randall was not a cast member on the show. So he didn't have to be around. So anyone who chose to be around him was electively choosing to be around him, and they're not my real friend. So fuck them. But instead, she makes it like because I'm a mother. It's like, come on, man. You actually have a legitimate argument here.
If you play pickleball with Rand, it's going to somehow. I think what she's really saying is like Rand was going to try to get information through Schwartz and use that against her in court. Maybe that's what she meant.
I think that's what she meant, but it doesn't hold up because that's what Ariana's argument against Tom was. He doesn't have access to my life. Like, he doesn't get to come around my group of friends and find out what I'm doing, or just even be in the same room as me, having a comment on anything I say or think, So Lala trying to use that doesn't really work because it doesn't add up. But if she had just said, we have to film with Tom, we didn't have to film with Randall. But anyway, it's just...
You know what? This is where I get confused, okay? This is where I get confused, okay? Here, let me tell you what confuses me. Tinfoils. How does that work? Okay? I'm confused. Also, there's a boundary that's happening, but she's sleeping down the hall and has a new boyfriend, so I think it's very confusing, okay? Because I think that's like, I would have been given like the side eye had I looked at Schwartzy and said, how dare you play pickleball with him, okay?
But Lala, you would have been staying in that house if you owned it. You didn't own that house. You had no claim to that house. You were kicked out of that house. If you weren't kicked out, you had no right to it to kick him out. You know what I mean? So she's not really in the same
Yeah.
place where she can. Of course, she thinks it's weird that Ariana's staying there, but she owns the house. Why should she be the one to leave? That's ridiculous. That's a stupid
Yeah.
argument, ma'am.
And she's basically saying it's just weird because like we have to draw these boundaries, but like it seems like you moved on with your life. That's what she's basically saying. It's like, why do we have to like be in this situation where we have to take sides when you're sort of have moved on? And Ariana's like, well, but was there an issue when Katie was dating after her divorce? And she's like, no, she was dating a guy who looked like Weird Al Yankovic. No one took it seriously. And Ariana's like, yeah, but think about it. And Lala's like, Katie wasn't traumatized by a man of 10 years. I'm like, are you sure about that? Have you seen Schwartz? Have you seen the way Schwartz talks to Katie? I think she probably was.
What Lala really means, and we all know it, Katie doesn't have a babies. So it's very different for Katie's than it is
She has
for
no
me.
babies.
I'm a mother.
She has no babies.
So, you know what she means. But yeah, she was traumatized by 10 years from fucking Schwartz. So yeah. So Ariana's like, but she had very solid boundaries of what she was comfortable with and what she wasn't comfortable with. And I had mine. Yeah, bots. And I supported your boundaries, Lala. Yeah, bots. And all you have to say is, I respect your boundaries. That's, yeah, bots. Yeah, but you don't have to understand it. Yeah, but I don't understand it. Yeah, but it's like, she's saying, like, you don't have to understand my boundaries. Just please respect them. And she's like, yeah, but if you don't understand my boundaries, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, she's the only one who stood up for you.
Yeah.
During
And
all of
Ariana's
that.
like, she's like, you know what? Like, and if I didn't understand yours, I would still respect yours, regardless of whether or not I understand it. But respecting and understanding are two different things. And Ariana's like, yeah, but it wouldn't be my business. I don't need you. And I don't need to understand. She's like, yeah, but it is your business because you're my friends. So you should understand. Because honestly, all I'm asking for is respect. That's it. I think you've gotten my respects. I think you've gotten it. I'm like, really? At what point? Did you watch this season?
Yeah.
Did you watch the way the season ended? Oh, you actually have not seen the way the season has ended.
Yeah,
So
and Ariana's
we'll
just
still
staying
go back to this.
completely calm here. And Lala's trying to make this into a big fight. And Ariana's just not giving it to her. And it's funny watching Lala get a little bit more worked up as she's not getting what she wants. And she's just made to look like a total idiot. Now, what I do have to say for Lala, I really admire the way that Lala can just come in and stick to her terrible arguments. She does it every year. And then a couple of years later, she'll admit that she was wrong the whole time. And she'll be like, but I was traumatized because of XYZ. And it's always a different reason, right? Every single year, it's a different reason. She's gone through some trauma, some more legitimate than others. So I'm not saying they're all illegitimate, but she comes back 2 years later and she's like, yeah, that was really bad. That was a different Lala. So we're forgiving her because this Lala only drinks seltzer and loves to squirt, and then we forget everything else. So, but while she's making the argument, she really sticks to her terrible arguments and she does not drop it. And it's impressive because I feel like clearly it's been explained to her. Even the boys understand. The guys are even nodding along, and they're idiots. And they even get this argument. But Lala's just going to keep going. And, she doesn't care that she looks stupid. Hats off.
Hats off. So Ariana is like, you know what? Like saying like, I don't get it. Like you're just not being very respectful. So now at this point, Lala is cornered. So she's going to pivot it. So she goes, you know what? You want to talk about respectful? Ariana, I have watched you sit while someone talks about me as a homewrecker. And I'm not even like a good enough hoe. Like I'm not even a good enough hoe. Like Charlie's saying this. And we see this flashback. I totally forgot about this of Charlie. I think it was last season saying, Lala's just embarrassed now that her life didn't pan out the way it is and she's fucked the wrong guy for the money and didn't get a house or anything out of it. It's like, okay, take an L. And Ariana just like laughs because it's honestly hilarious. It's like the best version of Charlie. Like Charlie never quite lived up to her potential. But when Charlie was on, she was really on. And this was a moment that she was on. And so then Ariana comes back and Lala's like, yeah, you just sat back. You didn't say a fucking word. And Ariana's like, yeah, but do you remember that when we went to a plant store, we addressed that this is actually, I apologize to you. And Lala's like, but it didn't air. So we're going to address it now. She's like, yeah, but just because it didn't air doesn't mean it didn't happen. I apologize to you. Like, if I say something off camera, it still means something, you know?
No, it doesn't. It's in Earth, and I really need arguments right now, so I'm going to bring up anything that I've pre-prepared. I guess that is prepared, right? I'm going to bring up stuff that I've prepared in advance to come against you just in case I was losing an argument. And one of them is you didn't stand up for me against that girl that I was bullying for a year.
I know. Yeah, and so we see like a flashback to this plant store, and basically Ariana's like, you know what I should have said, that's really over the top. Don't like my thought was that's really over the top, and I should have said that's really over the top, but don't do that, and not say nothing.
And that was a good apology. Like, I'm sorry, and here's exactly why I'm sorry. Here's what I should have said, and here's what I didn't say, and I apologize. It's like, but it didn't air, so it didn't count. So then, just like I never really ate out Rand's asshole. Wasn't on TV. So then, back to. Sorry, I just have to keep reminding everybody because I will never forget it. I need people on my boat of misery. So Ariana's like, yeah, we had this great conversation. And Lala's like, yeah, but you're acting as if I didn't support you. You're not supporting her. You're literally telling her you have no reason to be upset. You're literally in the same house with this person.
Yeah, you're saying your boundaries are not worth, like, it was important for people to follow my boundaries with Rand because I had a child, but you had boundaries with Sandoval and they were totally irrational, and it's like, but why? So Ariana's
a little longer, right? Where she's trying to explain to Lala's not going to get it. So we kind of move on to the Sheena taking a picture with Tom Sandoval with touching him in Lake Tahoe. And Ariana's like, yeah, I was slightly uncomfortable when I saw that. And then Sheena's like, I mean, like, she didn't defend me because that's how she is. She just doesn't want the attention of the headline. And like, I understood when she said that, but I mean, like, I was getting attention in headlines that I didn't want, because we were just thrown into a photo and it was like, okay, here's a smile, we're done. Yeah, but in the photo that was at a trip where you were all there to make up with Tom Sandoval. So you guys were making it sound like, no, we're not. No. This is all just a picture to make it look like we were there to make up with Tom Sandoval. But then you're also defending your right to make up with Tom Sandoval for the show. So you can't have it both ways. Like, if you're going to say we have to do this for our job so we can continue making millions of dollars and go on this trip and make up with Tom Sandoval, you can't then turn around and lie and be like, they were just trying to make it look like we were making up with Tom Sandoval for money. You really were making up with Tom Sandoval for money, so take the heat. If you're going to take the money, then take the fucking heat and stop lying.
Yeah. So then Andy is basically asking, like, Ariana, like, why did it take you so long to, come to Sheena's side? And Ariana said that Lala gave her like a perspective that she didn't think of, which is that like people are like, Ariana didn't want to add fuel to the fire. She didn't want to create more conversation around it. And Lala said, there's going to be conversation no matter what. So you might as well, defend your friend. And so she said that was like a really good thing. Ariana's basically saying like, you know what, Lala, like, no, like if people think I hate Lala right now, Lala helped me out. I got perspective. So Andy's like, well, what hurt you the most, Sheena, about hearing that Ariana was doing Dancing with the Stars? She's like, well, that she didn't tell me, and like I know that like some other people knew, like it wasn't just like the NDA, like Lisa knew, and like Logan knew, and like Dan knew, and like I feel like everyone knew that she was on Dancing with the Stars except for me, and I just feel like you can only learn how to do the foxtrot so many times on your own before you're owed a phone call.
I even bought a sign for my kitchen that says caliente.
It literally takes two to tango, and I was on my own.
Yeah. And Ariana, like, seriously, is so fucking diplomatic. It's hilarious. It's like a game watching her just traverse all of this, right? So Andy's like, so you didn't trust Sheena? Basically, just say it, Ariana. You don't trust Sheena, and Sheena's a stupid slut. Just say it. And she goes, look, I didn't trust that Sheena wouldn't be overheard. I mean, is there a better way to phrase that? She's like, I don't think that Sheena would necessarily tell anybody, but I think she would be talking about it very loudly where other people would be writing it down. It's Sheena.
And then wait, no, but then she also adds like this compliment in it too, because she's like, there was a leak and we had to really lock down what we said. And she goes, and because she's a public figure who's being watched under a microscope at that time, we didn't want her to be overheard. It's like saying like, She's just too famous to be given this information. Oh, yeah. Well, that totally makes sense. Okay, I appreciate that.
Like Sandra Bullock, no, because she's not as famous as Sheena. Like literally.
We were afraid that when Sheena received her Grammy for APPLES that she might accidentally mention this on stage. So we just were like, let's just not let her know.
Yeah, Adele called me up to ask if I was going to be free in the fall to, like, you know, come see Sheena in case she asked Sheena to join her on tour. And I couldn't say anything to Adele either. You know, they're all in the same boat, Andy.
But it was really
all in the same.
It was honestly, it was a great opportunity to be on Dancing
with the Stars. If you don't have Sheena on, you're just cruel. You are just cruel at this point.
Yeah. So Andy basically endorses her,
I think that Andy face froze up our video.
Oh, that makes sense because I've been talking and I don't think you've heard me for a little bit.
You went mute. I can't hear you anymore.
Did I go mute? How did I go mute?
Okay. So, guys, this has been going on for 1 hour.
There goes the Wi-Fi. Hotel Wi-Fi strikes again.
So I think we're going to break now, okay? And start over for part 2. Thank you so much for joining us for part 1. Ben is waving bye. I don't know if anybody can hear me, but if you can, this is the end of part 1. Bye!
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Strolling the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. She's never scary, it's the Green Fairy. Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying, it's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. We want to hang with Liz Lang. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches. Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
We forever love Ava.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
Ring that bell for Rachel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
I'm Shimol Yai, and I have a new podcast called The Competition. Every year, 50 high school senior girls compete in a massive scholarship competition.
I wouldn't say I have an ego problem, but I'm extremely competitive.
All of the competitors are used to being the best and the brightest, and they're all vying for a huge cash prize.
This will probably be the most intense thing you've ever gone through in your life.
I remember that feeling because I was one of them. I lost. But now I'm coming back as a judge and also a kind of teen girl anthropologist. Because if you want to understand what it's like to be a young woman in America today, the competition's not a bad place to start.
Hopefully, no one will die on stage tonight.
From Pineapple Street Studios and Wondery, this is The Competition. Follow The Competition on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to The Competition early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
I'm Elena, an autopsy technician.
And I'm Ash, a hairstylist.
And we just love swapping stories about all of the morbid things that fascinate us.
And if you do too, join us on our podcast, Morbid. It's a safe space to let your weirdo flag fly.
On Morbid, we cover dark historical events, sinister science, unnerving paranormal events, and sordid high society murders.
We also dive deep into the most notorious crimes in history.
Our podcast is grounded in rigorous and painstaking research. We're also not afraid to read a
Yeah. We keep it weird because a dash of snark is necessary to get through grotesque true tales of demented minds.
So follow Morbid on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Morbid early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.